Todd, switch your reality over to the next room now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Todd Sampler for Without Your Head. I'm Todd Quality Jaeger, along with my addictive beard and cheesecake, man. Cheesecake. So, today I'm here to talk about the incredible film 1BR. Directed by David Marmer. And yes, since I said incredible, you get the idea that I really like this one, and I do. I first saw it a few years ago, and there are people out there that just don't know about this, so I am here to remind you, you need to see this one. The focus on the characters, I think, are Nicole Bryden-Bloom as Sarah, Taylor Nichols as Jerry, the apartment manager, Celeste Sully as her co-worker friend Lisa, and one that I would love to know more about, the character Lester, played by Clayton Hough. So basically, Sarah tries to start a new life in Los Angeles, but her neighbors are not what they seem. And while that sounds a little familiar, stick with me. Trust me. Okay, so it's hard to talk about 1BR without giving too much away. There are other reviews that say way too much and show some photos like a character holding a gun that just takes away surprise. You know kind of what's going to be ahead when you see that. I'm going to try to be very careful about that. It gets right to it, keeps a really great pace. There's nothing extraneous. You don't need a ton of backstory, like people complained about characters in session 9 not having enough to know about. Well, we don't want it to be 3 hours, right? So this one gets right to the main course and the meat of it, and it's just, you're just, wow, right away. The tension maintains from the start to the end, and you're just having to take a breath. And as I said, while other films have a similar idea, this one is still unique. It's its own story, its own identity. Speaking of identity, that's an element of the plot. We'll get to that in a little bit. It's got some of the cult issue things like Roman Polanski's The Tenant, even Rosemary's Baby. I don't have the disc for that one, so. Ben Wheatley's High Rise, definitely. And even elements of, say, The Wicker Man. What a classic. You've got some of the what's wrong with my apartment elements of the amazing Freehold, as well as this incredible one, Gateway, also known as Curtain. This one's a surprise. Don't miss out on it. And you got the creepy people elements of Sam Mason Bell's Millennial Killer. Oh, guess what? Millennial Killer. That's Simon Barry right there. He plays a great jittery character. Love you, Simon. And this design, oh, well, done by Neil. He's the one who's done my Hippie Dick merch. Get yours today. Back to these. Also bizarre elements, say Michael Fausti's Exit. Oh, that's copy number 72 out of 200, by the way. Hey, Michael. You've got another Roman Polanski, Repulsion, craziness going nuts in your apartment. And even some of, say, The Good Neighbor, the one with James Caan. Wow. And a reverse, say, kind of what's going on in 1BR with The Neighbor. This one is a surprise. Great music, too. And if you're going to have some cultish elements as well, there's always Madeline Deary's Bathtub Shark Attack. Now, things I can say about 1BR without ruining anything. Yes, it's about community. Some would say, is there brainwashing going on in your community? Identity, free will, and the removal and shutting down of those kinds of things. Of course, things about rules, particularly of a white patriarchal society. There's a lot of stuff you can relate to, especially Trumpian in a way. It's just also plausible. And while Sarah sometimes seems to make some bad decisions, you'll find that she does the right things in moments when she's figuring things out or fighting back. It is quite plausible. And you know there's trouble when they ask her, any pets? And she's kind of like, no. Oops. Yeah. Danger ahead. It also reminds me of bad neighbors I used to have. Like back in college, on campus, two brothers would put their drinking glasses in the freezer. And of course, I'd be drinking something later in my cup. And when I'm down to the bottom, I'm noticing pieces of glass in my cup. That was an ordeal. And in my last apartment, the one right on the other side of my kitchen, the couple had, in a one-bedroom apartment, 5 dogs and 2 cats. Other bad memories, especially in the last place I lived in, strangers just kept turning up.
I wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
Morgan! Ah! Ah! RoboCop! I was awakened to a robot assaulting me. In 1BR, there's always things that keep you in constant unease, like a door being open. Should it be, or didn't I shut that? There's a stress position scene. You'll know what I mean when you see it. That just, you can feel it, and it has a perfect score. Yep, 1BR is, and it's just a great film. And I will say, Sarah's last expression, I'm not spoiling anything, but her last expression and a little gesture speaks volumes. It says it all. And you're just, yeah. It kind of reminds me in a mirror image way of Amanda Plummer in the very last moments of which I say is a classic, the 1985 film Static. It just says it all, and you're just left. Oh, it's perfect. Both of these are perfect in that manner. 1BR, I'd say, is an important film. It's so relevant when it came out. It's relevant now, especially since there's such Trumpian ideology and cults of personality and things like QAnon and all these beliefs and just the weirdness going on right now. That all seems crazy, but it's happening. It's plausible. So, is there an exit? Who knows? Remember, folks, we're at our best when our neighbors are watching. It's not crazy. It's science. Thanks for joining me for this edition of the Todd Sampler. Yours truly, Todd Quality Jaeger, my fucking great beard. And, oh, yes, cheesecake, man. Cheesecake. So some of you are probably wondering what that giant letter T was doing in that weird opening montage. Tell you what, I'll leave you with this. And thanks for watching.
Just the two of us.